Hello, everybody. Welcome to Top FC TV. We got a match review, a full fan highlights right here with Laurent Cortines, a Manchester City fan, of course. And hey, I can talk a little bit of Liverpool, but was this a match of the year? I don't think so. People hyped
No,
it up.
no, no.
I think it had the elements to be so, but
Yeah.
it just didn't happen. But let's get to it. Right down to the lineups. I mean, the usual lineups for both teams. Some people say that Nunez shouldn't have played. I mean, he had some chances that, and I mean, it wasn't open goal chances that he usually misses. You know, normal
Yeah.
shots that he
Just
missed. But
normal striker misses, not not
yeah,
not
Ex
ridiculous
yes,
ones.
sir, and then but, Manchester City, man, they just had 1, 2, and they were able to be lethal, fatal for Liverpool until the end. They didn't put the game away. They didn't have that killer mentality that I ask every big team,
They tried, they
and at the end
tried.
of the day well, at some point, you gotta get it done.
Yeah, yeah.
What are
I
your
mean,
thoughts on this game?
yeah, so first half, really good from City. Typical stuff. I mean, I think not having Stones, Akanji in the midfield, normal stuff. I'd like seeing Ake out there. That made a difference because Guardiola had been a little bit shaky. Foden, Alvarez, Doku up front with Haaland meant that there was going to always be a little bit of less control. And in the first half, I think they were able to maintain control. But the man of the match first half, Bernardo Silva is an animal. It was just
Yes, he was terrific.
everywhere, getting into all the spaces, causing problems for Liverpool. So Liverpool wasn't really able to get that much attack and possession moments. I think that they were good, and then of course Holland's goal was really good. I think if Liverpool had lost this game, they might have looked at Allison and said, "Hey, my
Yeah,
guy,
but the
careful with those kicks." He
yeah,
made a few mistakes. It was his mistake for the goal. Couple of mistakes on kicks that put City in on goal.
yeah,
Foden had a shot that he flicked with a shot. So Allison was shaky a lot of the game. Probably could have given up that goal. Another day they don't call it. Thinking about Newcastle, your mob.
yeah,
That was barely a foul on him when Diaz scored, but they called it. So
that is true.
Allison did not have a good game. He did make the save he needed to make. The second
Yeah,
Foden shot where he goes down just before halftime, hand on the ball. But otherwise, this was very City Liverpool.
but I
A
almost
really good goal by Alexander
yeah.
Arnold, to be fair,
Yeah,
so
that is true. But I
yeah.
almost felt like at the beginning, Liverpool were just trying too hard to play on the floor, on the ground. Like they didn't. I felt like they were just. It just wasn't working out. So maybe it was City's pressure that was,
Of course.
causing those mistakes. But at the end of the day, I was like, we just kick it out, man. And you know what I mean? You don't have to
Yeah,
pass it from. You don't have to start from the goal to goal every time. Like you
yeah,
can just
yeah.
get it out of the danger zone. But what are your thoughts on what does this match mean for City, for Liverpool? I know that if Liverpool would have lost this one, it would have been like, yeah, City is still king, and regardless of what people do, they still
Yeah,
dominate.
I think
Yeah,
this feels typical of where we are in the season right now. I mean, as much as narrative, City are the best, I don't think City this has been how City play most of the year. I mean, if you think about it, what if they didn't have Doku? They'd be a mess, right? And Doku, I think, got into good spaces, did cause problems, but he seemed to hold on to the ball too long. Maybe could have played balls a little bit earlier. So he seemed to be way too reliant on what Doku did. This is where City have been most of the season, to be fair. This was a very typical City performance where we're trying to defend. I didn't quite understand the no changes, but I don't think City had anything on the bench.
yeah,
Honestly, they're pretty thin. Like as much as people say, "Oh, City have all this depth," City have all this depth. It's not so much depth. It's just that their 14 guys are the best 14 guys, right? Bernardo can make it change. They're adaptable, but not deep. So when a couple guys go out, they really don't have attacking options off the bench, right? No De Bruyne still, no John Stones, no all these different guys that kind of can make changes. Grealish was ill, wasn't able to play. So you're
right.
relying on guys like Oscar Bob on the bench to change things. And I think Guardiola just said, we can't win this game like this.
Yeah,
And
Foden didn't play his best game, but one thing we got to touch on
he
is
faded in the second half is
one
what
thing we
happened.
got to touch on is Jeremy Doku is the best signing this season for the Premier League, I would say.
He's
And
good.
he was just having a field day for Arnold, who had a tough day, scored the equalizer, and that's good. People are going to remember that.
I
But
don't think
Jeremy Doku was
it's
lethal.
difficult. I don't think he had a bad day. He just had a he's going against Doku day.
Yeah,
Like,
true, true. Yeah, no,
yeah, but
but Doku, man, is unbelievable.
Doku got into spaces and got around, but I felt like he was holding on to the ball too long. His crossing didn't get on the end of anything. Could Alvarez have scored on that one that
Yeah.
went over the bar? Maybe. But this felt very Liverpool City. This is how these games can go sometimes. Good, high quality, just not the chances that you'd want to see, not the goals you want to see.
He was doing the Saint Maximum a little
A
too
little
much.
bit, a little Saint Maximini than where you wanted him to be. But I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I thought it was good. I thought a little bit Salah probably didn't affect the game the way
yeah,
Liverpool
true.
fans would like him. I didn't see him take one shot coming in from the side. So Nathan Ake, when City have Nathan Ake in there with that four, I mean, that City
Yeah.
defense with the
That
four of them in there is,
Ake was really good. Ake was really good. I mean,
and
moral of the story.
he created
Go
the
ahead.
goal, right?
That is true. Yeah, that goal came just from him, and a little bit of lack of defense from those two guys that were just,
They did
almost
sleep a little bit.
almost look like cones out there.
I think they thought we're safe where he is. Oh, the other guy will get him, and then all of a
Yeah,
sudden
and then
he's
both
in.
thought that, and
Yeah,
nobody
yeah,
got him. But
yeah.
anyways, just to run that moral of the story is you got to kill Liverpool, and if you are Manchester City, I mean, this season looks a little bit. The team looks as far as quality goes a little bit looks a little bit less
I
than last season, but
I think they're much more defensive. I don't think they have the scoring punch. I don't think they have the creative punch to leverage Holland. Yes, he's leading the league in
yeah,
goals. I understand that, but a lot of those are picked up in bad games and bad teams. They need De Bruyne.
yeah, no,
They're
for
not
sure.
gonna. They can still win the league, but it might be ugly. They're not gonna
And
win the Champions League without De Bruyne.
they didn't get the record, the home record, but
That's
for another time.
they're
Thank you so much.
24-1.
Yeah. Thank
Oh,
you
and
so
one.
much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell for notification. Let's get to 50 likes on this video. And again, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.